I could build a spaceship. We will occasionally get a little bit of news about spaceships, and obviously this is a podcast about spaceships, so we can geek out about spaceships. And so, over to you, Andy. What is this week's geeky spaceship news?
Oh, well, before I start, I'm just going to say anyone who, for whatever reason, wants to remain spoiler-free and all that from Star Trek Beyond should probably skip ahead a bit. I'll tell you how much when I edit this. But we're going to talk about a ship which has been revealed from the new Star Trek film, and that is the USS Franklin.
Yes, the USS Franklin. We don't have any plot points as to why or where this ship appears, but it just artwork.
All we have at the minute is there was a patch seen in the trailer a few weeks ago, and now a piece of concept art has been released.
Yes, indeed. And, well, I tell you what, the person who's been quietest at the moment is our true Trek aficionado running his own podcast, The Broadcast, which is Star Trek and Next Generation and DS9. Pete, what do you think about the...
We know how much he loves the JJ films.
We know how much he loves the new Trek. And so what do you think of the look of this USS Franklin?
You really want to know?
Yeah,
of course.
I think
Inquiring minds want to know.
Yes.
Okay, hang on, just let me check. Yeah, we've got an explicit rating. Okay. It looks...
Let hate flow through you.
It looks like a plucked Romulan warbird trussed up to go in the oven. It's just shocking. I mean, that's just the outline with legs akimbo at the back. Oh, my. And the detailing is something else. It looks like somebody's driven a tractor around the saucer section. It's astonishing. Quite what they're playing at with that, I do not know.
Yeah.
But it's just dire. Absolutely fucking dire. I can't... I mean, what were they thinking? It's like somebody sat on a toy Enterprise, then melted it. It's horrible. Absolutely horrible. I mean, I have my problems with the well, I've not seen the second one, but I saw the first JJ one, and I have my problems with that enough to put me off seeing the second one. But at least the Enterprise looked vaguely Enterprise-y. This, as I say, this looks more Romulan than anything. It's madness.
It's that orange stripe, and the way those nacelles...
orange stripe.
Yeah,
to make it go faster, clearly.
The go faster stripe, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think you can just make out some fluffy dice if you look in one of the windows.
Well,
let's talk about the big window, because
is that a window? Or is it a shuttle bay?
No, that's the bridge, my friend. Because obviously in the JJ films, they don't have a view screen; they have a window, and that is the window, which does tell us this is a tiny ship. It's got to be what, 1 or 2 decks.
And therefore, the nacelles are very, very close to the bridge. I would not want to be serving on that ship. Oh, dear.
Yeah.
What about you, Mr. Medcalf? What do you think?
I think it looks fuck ugly. I think it's the USS Fugly. I mean, it's
funny you should say that, because that was a term that came up in a recent broadcast to describe the USS Pasteur, which is not one of my favourite ships either.
No.
Yeah, that ended up as the USS Fugly Bollock, and this is probably not far away from it. Oh, dear.
I mean, just to describe it for those who haven't seen this ship and who are not skipping forward just to avoid this, imagine the saucer section of the dinky toy Enterprise that came out in the sort of mid-80s, where the saucer section's like about 2 inches too thick, and it's got a little section where your little orange thing comes flying out the middle of it.
The photon torpedo.
Exactly. So it looks like a big old fat wagon wheel, and then what's happened is someone's got some warp engines from the JJ Enterprise, and essentially stuck
Rogered it with them.
Yeah. Just actually, I'd say the nacelles look like they came off of the NX-01. They just painted the buzzards blue.
Well, yeah.
I'm saying that's a good thing, but that's what they look like.
Yeah, and the wings themselves look like they've come off a completely different ship. They've got nothing. They've got no design. There's no design sort of.
They're
unity.
almost like the ones on the D, actually, aren't they?
Yeah, it's just really bizarre because it
Do they taper off as well, those nacelles? I mean,
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. I mean, it almost looks like it would work better inverted, like the Reliant with the nacelles hung underneath.
No, it wouldn't. It looks fucking ugly. It's just,
I'm trying to polish the turd here, but yeah, it looks like as well someone's sponsored by Snap-on, and there's a load of bloody spanners going all around the rim of a saucer there. It's just, yeah, okay.
it is.
It's for extra grip when it's manoeuvring or something.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that really gets me is there's a picture. I've just done a Google search on this thing. There's a picture where there's the old sort of classic Trek Enterprise, and you can see what they've done. If you look at the classic ship, it's the saucer section with the nacelles coming just out the top, and usually the secondary hull you can see at the bottom. They've just taken the secondary hull off and actually made it so that it's not a trick of perspective that those nacelles are coming out of the saucer. They've actually attached the nacelles to the saucer, and so it's like someone with zero imagination making a Trek ship and just basically going on Photoshop and just wiping out the secondary hull and going, oh, it's all attached. It looks like a novelty frying pan. It looks like
it will probably end up as a novelty frying pan. I mean, we've had Enterprise pizza cutters and sushi sets.
Yeah, but I mean, this thing actually looks like it needs a grill sitting over the top of it, and it's like some kind of camping device.
Oh, can we start calling this for USS George Foreman?
Yeah, exactly. The George Foreman fat grill. It pumps. The new version pumps the fat straight into my mouth.
That would also explain why it's recessed. It's to catch all the fat.
Yeah.
Well, exactly. He's actually got a grill all the way around the edge. It's for the fat to drop away from the hamburgers. It's just a grill. It's just a frying pan. It's just a fucking horrible design. I mean, normally I'm quite up for sort of like, oh, okay, wait until we see it in flight for spaceships, but that just looks like shit.
Yeah.
It's someone with zero imagination getting hold of Star Trek and just going, yeah, that's what we'll do. That'll work.
It's the Damon Lindelof of concept artists here. He goes, oh, the fans are going to love this. Yeah. We're like, no, fuck off. You don't know what the fans want.
No one knows.
No, not even the fans.
Not even the fans most of the time. But yeah, no, it's bloody awful. It's not. I will say this: it's not quite as awful as the USS Vengeance from Star Trek Into Darkness.
Oh God, yeah.
Which was like someone just got bored halfway through drawing it and just couldn't be bothered to round the edges off, and that's just awful. But yeah, come back with better news next time, Andy, because this thing just gives me the arse.
and there you have it. That would be our spaceship news session. Actually, no, I have one more bit of spaceship news.
Go on then.
Today, I went to the Science Museum in London.
Oh, yes.
Where they actually have a really good exhibit on in a minute. Cosmonauts.
Yes.
And they actually have some actual spaceships. They have some of the Vostok and Voskhod capsules, which took the first cosmonauts into space.
Nice.
A Soyuz section, and the Russian version of the lunar lander, which obviously never made it to the moon because there was problems with the rockets.
Yeah.
But they built the lander and everything like that. And it's a really cool little exhibit. It's on until the middle of March. So hopefully this will be out before it's over. But if you get a chance, I highly recommend going and checking it out. It's a very cool exhibit.
Cool.
Full of spaceships.
Where is it again? Remind me. Where is it again?
The Science Museum.
Excellent. Brilliant.
In London.
How much does it cost to get in?
It's £12 for adults.
Lovely. Well, there you go. That's that's something.
There you go. Some spaceship news for you all.
Spaceship news, yes.
Well, by the time this comes out, it's old news to all of you anyway. So
yeah, it will stop being spaceship news. It'll be sort of mocking us news, because it will be like, look at us getting upset about things which really everyone's now raving about.